Islam Makhachev has released some intense new training clips that are sending shockwaves through the MMA community. The current lightweight champ appears sharper, more determined, and more dominant than we've ever seen him before.
Doesn't make any sense. That's crazy. He's so hard to beat. He's so good. If he's not the best, it's you and him for the best, pound for pound. And you're gonna risk that on 10 days? That's crazy. And that again changes the course of his career, right?
That's wild, right?
Imagine if he doesn't take that fight. He says, I can't. I'm ready for Ilia Topuria. That guy's coming. And he knows how dangerous Ilia is. And so he doesn't take that fight. And then he goes in fresh against Ilia and you have a much better fight.
Yeah.
Who knows who would have won, but you got to think he was compromised from that. I mean, he got head kicked.
Yeah.
Head kicked. Shin to the dome, which is just, for sure, it's going to rattle you for a long time.
When you're just getting put out cold like that, and especially he probably cut a lot of weight to get to that point because he looked kind of flabby in that Islam fight. So you're taking a fight on 10 days notice. There's not a lot of guys that are around their weight class anyway, so they're cutting a lot. Then you have to go, all right, now I'm going to fight Islam, who's #1 pound for pound, and then that head kick.
Islam looked like Michelangelo sculpted.
About how like heavy he is, but in reality, I was heavier than him. If you look the numbers, I was 181 and he was 178. I didn't feel he that strong at all, at least on the pressure, you know. But like you say, I cannot say that because I feel like he let me get up. I rushed trying to get on my feet, and unfortunately, he got a very tight position. I was very impressed. No excuse, Islam is a great fighter, but I just feel frustrated about myself making such a amateur.
Every punch, takedown, and scramble reveals a fighter completely locked in, ready to dominate whoever stands in his way next. His upcoming opponent, Jack Della Maddalena, might be stepping straight into a storm as the new footage shows Islam grinding through tough wrestling sessions, sparring with bigger and stronger partners, and moving with the calm precision only true champions possess. He's pushing himself to the edge, training like a man on a mission to prove he's the most complete fighter in the UFC today. Still, the big question remains. Can anyone stop Islam Makhachev? Jack Della Maddalena believes he can, armed with sharp boxing, clean combinations, deadly timing, and knockout power in both hands.
How good Islam is, right? Because up until this moment, when Charles Oliveira finished Justin Gaethje, he just beat him up and dropped him on the feet and then submitted him on the ground. People were thinking, there's no one that can challenge Charles. Charles is at such an elite level. Islam beats him so soundly that now you're like, I don't even know if it makes sense for Charles to fight him again.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's how good he is.
Yeah.
How Islam beat Charles. Like, nobody saw that coming.
I thought it was going to be a tough fight.
That was going to be a tough fight, too.
He hurt him on the feet.
On the feet.
On the feet.
Beat him standing and then followed him to where everybody thought he would be safe at. I seen a clip of that choke that he did. I know how that choke was so tight now. So, because most people finish a head and arm triangle, they go into the elbow.
Bicep, yeah.
He went
up
higher. He went up higher and then locked it here.
Tighter squeeze into it.
Yeah.
Well, I think his squeeze is just phenomenal. Because if you see the way he tapped Drew Dober too, the same sort of situation, he gets guys on the ground and I think it's just a next level power and squeeze. Some dudes just have next level squeeze and next level like grappling power, and he's developed that his whole life. He's also enormous for 155.
Topuria is vacated, right? So that's the difference now is Topuria is saying like, I'm no longer at that division, like I'm now at lightweight.
With the confidence from knocking out Holloway and Volkanovski back to back, he thinks that, hey, I can knock these guys out. But the only fight he's had at 55, he's gotten dropped by Jai Herbert. And then we've seen him get like out-muscled and out-wrestled by a couple guys at 45. I think Islam's just going to be way too big for...
Fans are calling this the ultimate striker versus grappler showdown. But the truth is, Islam Makhachev has evolved far beyond just being a wrestler. His striking has improved tremendously, his fight IQ is off the charts, and his ability to read opponents and adjust mid-fight is nothing short of frightening. Joe Rogan recently analyzed Islam's rise, describing him as an absolute beast inside the cage. Rogan even pointed out that Makhachev isn't merely walking the path Khabib once paved. He's starting to go beyond it.
He's so strong, so good.
What does he weigh? What does he weigh like normal? Like right now, if you called him up, what do you weigh, brother? What would he say?
I would say at least minimum like 185, 190.
Get the fuck out of here. He's 210 pounds.
No, Islam.
That guy's 250 pounds.
His strength feels like 250 pounds.
That's what I hear.
But that's the thing with them. They're always training. No matter what they're doing, they always at least run once a day or grapple.
So he's losing roughly 30 pounds to make 55?
From the start, I would say. Yeah.
He's big. That's about as big as you can get and keep doing that. That's big.
Yeah, and he's tall. He's lengthy, and he has power. Like, he could go up to 70 easily, I think.
Yeah, easily. He's got real power now on his feet, which is a new addition over the last, X amount of years. His stand-up has gotten elite. Like, he knocked down Oliveira. He had Oliveira in real trouble. The Volkanovski head kick, though, and it was also the way he set it up. He kept kicking to the body. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I think people just assume that all he's going to do is wrestle, but then when you see him go in there and outstrike somebody, he even boxed with Poirier.
Yeah,
he has some really good hands in there with him.
Yeah,
and people are like, oh wait, he can strike too, but his grappling is just as good.
Que ganha entre o Jack Della Maddalena e o Islam?
Maddalena, ele é um jogo muito complicado, porque ele é um cara que ele não vem pra te nocautear rápido, ele vem pra te finalizar, ele vem te magoando, né?
Aos poucos, né?
Aos poucos. Foi o que ele fez agora na luta contra o Bilal. Só que eu acho que o Islam vai se dar muito bem nessa categoria, né, mano? Agora vai estar muito mais forte, é um jogo que, tipo, ele gosta de agarrar e botar pra baixo. Eu acho que o Jack Maddalena fazia a mesma luta que ele fez, né? Agora contra o Bilal, batendo, movimentando, saindo, machucando, é uma luta, mas se deixar o Islam agarrar e botar pra baixo.
The main event?
Yeah, the finish.
Incredible. I mean, you got two of the absolute best in the world in their prime facing off, and I went up into the octagon after Khabib said, I told you he's the best in the world. To beat Oliveira is one thing, to beat him the way he beat him is another, and as fast as he did it, he looked incredible tonight. The big question going in tonight was, how is he going to deal with the pressure?
Now, do you think you have the UFC title?
I fucking hope so. 2026, lad, I want that belt wrapped around my waist.
How do you hear? When you see yourself fighting for the belt, which is obviously in the near future, who do you think you'll be fighting? Is it going to be Islam Makhachev?
I don't know. That's what I mean. I've seen stuff where Islam saying he might retire after a little defense or two, or if JDM beats Bilal, he'll move up and fight for the welterweight belt. So I have no idea. Obviously you train to fight the best, so I'm training at the minute to fight Islam Makhachev. But he might even be the champion by the time I get there. So we're just going to have to see what happens. You've got to let it all play out, haven't you? Whoever the UFC send me a contract with their name on, that's who I fight.
Islam Makhachev carries Khabib's trademark control and relentless pressure, but combines it with sharper striking, cleaner setups, and an almost machine-like calmness. As Joe Rogan put it, when Islam fights, it's not like watching a man. It's like watching a perfectly designed system built for dominance. And that's exactly what fans see. Once he steps into the octagon, everything seems to slow down for him while his opponents start to unravel. Their breathing changes, panic sets in, and the moment he figures out their rhythm, the fight is essentially over. That's what makes him so dangerous. He never needs to rush because he knows sooner or later, everyone breaks. Still, Jack Della Maddalena presents a unique kind of threat, confident, fearless, and determined to shock the world.
Moments where we're in practice, and I'm going with Khabib or Islam, and I'm the big guy. So generally, a smaller guy gets on top of you. When you decide it's over, you just throw him off you. No technique, no skills. You just literally grab him and you kind of throw him off you. I'm grappling with Islam once and I try to throw him off me, but he's still there. And so I give him a little harder shove and he's still there. Next thing you know, I'm grappling at 100% because the dude's that strong. But again, I had never really grappled with him in that way, like at a decent pace. So I didn't recognize the strength when he was trying to keep me down. There are some very difficult people to prepare for in the UFC. MVP comes to mind, Islam, Merab, Ilia Topuria. Is Khamzat the most difficult person to prepare for in the UFC? I don't think so. Because of one thing you said earlier, it's only a double leg. I just think that Chimaev is very difficult to prepare for, Chael. But because it's the same takedown, I think that once you figure I can defend that takedown, I at least have a chance to stand with them. So that's the only reason I say no to
Jack Della Maddalena's footwork is top tier. His precision is dangerous, and he's fearless when it comes to trading shots with anyone. But stepping in against Islam Makhachev isn't just about skill, it's about survival. The moment Islam locks onto you, it feels like fighting against gravity itself. Dana White has called this one of the most thrilling style matchups of the year, the unstoppable grappler versus the elite striker. Analysts are divided. Some predict Islam will overwhelm Jack within 2 rounds, while others believe Jack's crisp boxing might be the key to cracking Islam's defense on the feet. What everyone agrees on, though, is that this fight is going to be pure chaos from the very first exchange. Makhachev's discipline and control have carried him to the top, with dominant wins over Volkanovski, Oliveira, and Sarukian proving he's operating on another level. Each fight, he looks sharper, smarter, and more dangerous, and this latest training footage shows he's still evolving, still perfecting his craft and chasing greatness. If he wins again, it won't just be another title defense. It'll be a statement to the entire sport that Islam Makhachev isn't just the best lightweight alive. He's building a legacy that could put him among the greatest fighters in MMA history. As Joe Rogan said, Islam doesn't just defeat opponents, he changes them. They leave that cage different, their confidence shaken, their rhythm broken, and sometimes their will tested beyond repair. That's what makes this fight so captivating. Can Jack Della Maddalena withstand that pressure, land the perfect shot, and push Islam into deep waters? The MMA world is holding its breath, because one thing is certain, Islam Makhachev isn't stepping in there just to win. He's stepping in to dominate.